Down at the docks. As always. It's our favorite spot. I'm trying minnows for the first time in the history of trying stuff. Fly, be free. He's still on hook. He's okay. Anyway, guys, down at the docks. It's got two. Pickerel or... Oh, nice. Ah, fish is a fish. The perch, though, that we were catching last night, those guys were caggers, like 9 inches, 10 inches.
I got a couple perch out of here 2 weeks ago that were 12, 13 inches. They were real nice perch.
Okay, I'd like to see one that big. I was impressed by that.
Oh, last winter in front of the sewage plant in North Bay, we were getting them up to 15 inches. They were huge perch.
That's what a lot of people were saying to ice fish there.
Oh, yeah.
I'll send Guppy out and let him do Guppy things. If you want to try minnow, like, by all means. They're a little hard to hold on to, though. They're really slippy. You're fishy, fishy, fishy. Who's a fishy, fishy? That was a full dozen yesterday. Like, we never even touched that one.
4 or 5 in the morning. Be up there before daybreak.
Yeah.
Fish for a few hours. Pass out in the back of the car for an hour and then drive back.
Or just drink a lot of coffee. And yeah, be back here at 6 o'clock at night to get the pickerel out of this water.
That's right. Catch last call here. Yeah. Oh, it's nice up there, though. I had a ball. One guy and his wife come down with the cameras, and we came down to see the bears. I said, "There's no bears here."
That would be true, though. Like, the bears might come around with the pickerel or with the salmons.
I've been going there since 83, and I've never seen a bear. I won't say they aren't there. They're probably the odd time a bear might come down, but it sure smells like salmon around there. You know the salmon runs on when you smell it.
I remember that as a kid going late at night.
Should put rod holders on this dock. That'd be sweet. And so far, all I need is a pike, a trout, and now apparently a salmon. So I can get more species on my list of fish that I've caught. I tried going trout fishing at 20-Minute Lake, but...
That's a tough lake to fish. You really got to know what you're doing in there. I know a couple people that have cottages right on that lake, and they have a hard time catching trout in that lake.
I know it's M&R. It is M&R stock, though.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, buddy last night that was here was fishing. He was casting corner out, like what this guy here is doing, and he caught a bass. That thing was a kegger last night.
Mm-hmm.
Good 3-pounder. It was massive. Were you in the water? I didn't. Otherwise, I would have looked at you. I've been keeping an eye on your tip to see if it was bouncing. I didn't know you were in the water. Now you got me wanting soup. You know worm? Yeah, there's a rock bass down here doinking. It's a perch, he can go in the bucket. If it's a rock bass, depending on the size, he can go in the bucket.
There were a couple here like in the summertime that were pretty big. I took them and ate them. I put them right next to smallmouth, and you couldn't tell the difference.
Oh, no, no.
Good eating the rock bass.
They're actually, I found the meat a bit sweeter than a bass.
Very nice.
Yeah, I caught an 8-inch one last time, and caught a 9-inch perch, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to take both these guys home, cook them up, and see what they taste like. Oh, beauty day on the bay. Now, if the walleye would come in and just start biting, that'd be awesome. This minnow totally knows that he's hooked. He keeps wrapping himself around seaweed down there to try and break the line. So I'm afraid to sail him out there, because the last time I hooked up a minnow and I sailed him out there, the minnow went farther than the hook. Yeah, I was like, wow, that's quite the cast.
You can't throw too hard.
I'm like, wow, that's quite the cast. My buddy's like, your hook went over there. I'm like, oh, I guess I got no bait. That's when we were using chubs. Those things get fat. Just sending them out there. Oh, did you explode?
Yeah.
You sick yourself?
I did.
These guys are pretty active for not having any oxygen in the water. That's pretty good. This guy pretty much dead. Hey bud, you alive? Pretty sure he's living his best life. Who am I kidding? What, did he hoover it hard?
Not a bad size, yeah.
Yeah, he's not gonna live. Poor little feller. Gonna throw him back. I find it funny how, like last night, the perch that we caught, they were still alive when I got home, to the point where I tried to bleed them out. They were still alive. I cut the one's head off, and the head was still alive. Yet you just foul hooked him in the gill, and he's not going to live. I don't understand the fish in this lake. It's like some are zombies, and some are just so fragile.
Oh, yeah. Lake caught some beautiful.
Fish down with a dead minnow.
Oh, he lost him right at the dock.
Yeah, I saw it. It was a perch.
Oh, and he took off with my minnow.
Oh my god, dude.
I know, right?
You in the face.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm your witness.
Yeah.
I saw it
the
too.
Does it count? Is that still skunk or?
Yeah.
All you had to do was the lift. You just didn't get it to the lift.
Shouldn't have been drinking coffee. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Get back here, dude. Hey, calm down. Stop it. Stop it. That was different. When you get a bite with a minnow, it doesn't feel the same as it does with a worm. Because the minnow freaks out because he's under attack. So you get this like early warning vibration. You're like, oh, so I was like, is there something there? Is that the minnow being a jerk? And then all of a sudden it felt, and I was like, yeah, all right, well, eat this, bud. But because I'm using Canadian Tire jig heads, they're not sharp. Almost caught a guppy. Can't believe I lost that guy. Bounced him off the dock and dropped the hook. Oh, man. Yeah, it was just a little baby perch. He wasn't a keeper. He was too tiny. Oh, are you serious?
How'd you get snagged right there?
I swear that minnow did it on purpose because I brained him. I brained him and he's like, oh yeah, he tied up on the ground. Oh, I fixed it. But I guarantee you my minnow's probably a hurting victim. Or he's dead. That jerk.
Had a couple of white spots.
Oh, not only did he snag me, he also came off the hook. I swear if I'm ever reincarnated, I'm going to be reincarnated as a damn minnow. Flappy, 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 flappy. I don't have my friggin' headlamp. That one works, but it's not bright enough. It's in the truck. Yeah, I just want to get it really out there, but I'm scared the hook will go far, or the minnow will go farther than the hook. So I don't want to whip it. You can't be serious.
Should be. Are you putting them on?
That's right. Open your mouth. Open your mouth, big guy. Hum. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried.
This guy's definitely living his best life. Should make this the thumbnail of the video.
Put it in plastic and there's still moisture in the fish.
You did?
Condensation will come out.
So I don't know if you guys heard that, but Sarah just caught a perch. Just a baby perch. She's way down there at the end of the dock. She catches more, I might move. So the perch are in. Wow, he's doinking with your line, eh?
Did she get a fish down there?
Yeah, she caught a little perch.
Oh, yeah.
So the perch are in, they're all over the place. Wow. 50-pound muskie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty big one.
I guess those you can't really eat, right? You don't really eat those. You just catch them for sport, send them back. Oh, got another perch? Oh. Well, at least they're come. Well, you know, you're casting out that way, so.
Two little perches.
Mm. I only had the one that I almost landed. He wasn't having it. Well, some ducks just got annihilated. I had a real good hit too, but I think tonight all the perch are in. Well, Buddy down at the end caught a walleye, just a little nugget. He's a little guy, little buddy, new and fluffy. Yeah, it's freaking chilly. I don't know what the temperature is right now. It's got to be at least 5.
You left the loss and it was 8.
Oh, was it? My hands are chilly because I keep going after the minnows in the water. Wet minnow. For live bait, I think I prefer worms. But for ice fishing, we have to use minnows. Because minnows makes sense to the fish, I think. Worms, they'd probably be kind of confused as to how they got underwater. If they think that hard. They probably don't think that hard. But they think hard enough to take the freaking thing off my hook. Sounds like they're using like a cannon to take the poor things out. Yeah, it's kind of a bullshit night tonight. Feel bad for those ducks. They're just getting pulverized. I'm gonna go home and have a hot caca. Go home with stupid out for crap. I don't have crap. Like I said, I don't care what I catch, as long as I catch something. So they do have winter fishing gloves for ice fishing, for handling the fish as well. They're waterproof, they're rubber coated so it's easier to grip the fish. Because you try and grip it with regular gloves and you're not gripping it. You're just going to fire that thing across the lake. It's like grabbing these stupid minnows, man. These things are... I got to pinch them. Got to claw them. No, because if it was mine, it would smell like he got butt fucked by a garbage truck. Oh no, Junior's still on there, living his best life. No, I think they shut off already. I'm pretty sure that guy's gone. And by that guy, I mean my minnow. No, he's still hanging tough. Like, look at him. Like, he's hurting. There's not much left of him. What I just did there reminds me of that meme of sending your bait out after the 15th cast. It's just this like mutated looking thing, like, let's do this. Covered in holes from all the hook. Like, this minnow's here, he's fine. He's just missing an eyeball. One of his gills is blown apart. He's good.
Like a wounded minnow, perfect.
He's living his best life right now. Oh yeah. Get up here, stupid.
And you got a rock.
Hey, you know what?
So it's all good.
I caught something with a dead minnow.
I told you.
It's official. Rock bass like dead minnows. Alright, well, at least I really didn't get skunked tonight. Put that dorsal fin down, stupid. Hey, what did I just tell you? Dude, you like annihilated that freaking minnow. Wow. Good job. Alright. Well, I'm gonna call you Samuel. What? Frank? Okay, Frank, you go back and have fun. Leave my minnows alone. Yeah, I'm not sending this one back out there. Jesus. Maybe Frank can have him. Should have just fired him down Frank's face, but he won't even want to spit it out. He's all stressed. He's gonna get off the bait fish diet and he's gonna go on seaweed diet. You watch. Imagine fish going vegetarian, being like, screw that, I'm not eating minnows anymore. I'm gonna start eating seaweed and kelp. Well, that's officially my first fish caught and landed on a minnow. Hey! There they are. You buy those things my buddy has. You put them in your pockets, they're hand warmers, and then you put them in your pockets, and when you put your hands in your pockets, you grab onto them and they heat up from
I actually have like the ones where you boil, you crack them, and you put them in your mitts or your pocket.
Oh, okay.
I have a few of them. You can buy them disposable on Amazon.
My buddy's is battery powered. Alright guys, we're home. So basically today's video was more or less just let's go out and see what we can catch. The whole idea, we were going to go to that, well, we started off at that, I don't know if it's a river or a creek, comes off the power dam out there in Powassan area. And usually around the time that the government, well, where we normally go to fish, the calendar docks, even the wall, or the government dock. Around 6:37 it picks up out there, but you can usually catch fish throughout the day as fish are usually traveling through to go from one body of water to another. We didn't really catch anything out there. I tried some top water action with the bait caster. Hit the tree with the lure, which caused backlash, which holy crap did it ever bird's nest hard. I gotta fix that. I didn't want to fix it there. I was getting pissed off because of how bad it was. And I was like, yeah, you know what? We're just going to deal with that in the comfort of the garage. The other thing I wanted to try today was minnows. Because apparently this time of year, everybody uses minnows. They get a lot of success with minnows. Minnows. All the guys down there are running pickerel rigs with minnows. Well, last night there was like, the guy that was there was running pickerel rig with minnow. And he caught no better than the rest of us. So we were using worms. Today, I was using minnows, Sarah was using worms, I caught a rock bass, she caught 2 perch. In all honesty, does the bait matter? No. Well, I tried to guide it down, sorry guys. Personally, I have to say, I prefer rigging worms over rigging minnows. The bonus to the rigging of the minnow is, however, if you do it right and it's still alive, if you go weightless, let's say you just hook it onto a hook and a bobber, you can just send it out and let it swim around and find you a fish. Because that's what it's going to do. So it's going to swim around like a stupid little minnow, minnow. The fish is going to go, damn, that looks tasty, and nail it, and crush it, and guppy on. Where with a worm, you know, you keep them in the water too long, they kind of get pretty gross looking. They're also pretty hard to keep on the hook, but they're cheaper. Minnow is 50 cents a minnow, and worm is maybe 35, 40 cents a worm. So, you know, you get a dozen worms for $4. You get a dozen minnows for $6. So worms are cheaper. They're easier to keep. You know, minnows, unless you have some aerated tank, you're pretty much buy a dozen, burn through them, or give them away. I gave away the rest of my minnows tonight. It was getting too cold out there to really stay out there much longer. Hands are frozen. Well, my hands are really cold from digging into the water and grabbing minnows. and rigging them up. But I guess for ice fishing, you kind of have no choice but to use minnows. I don't think worms work. And I like to think it's because of the logic that fish won't want worms in the winter because it doesn't make sense how they got into the water. But I think the more or less the real true logic to it is a worm would probably die the moment it touched that ice cold water. It probably would go into like thermal shutdown and just be useless. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a reason why nobody uses worms for ice fishing. I'll have to look into it. But I know there's also ice fishing lures that work pretty good that I might look into. But worst case, I know how to hook up a minnow now to a hook. And I'm going to research other methods too, because I was going through the mouth and then up through the back. And it was working. He wasn't dying. And he was still moving around, swimming, you know, living his best life. Of course, he had a giant jig sticking out of his mouth, which probably didn't. Well, it worked. I caught a rock bass with it. But as far as like next year, when we start fishing back again in May, I think I'm just going to focus with worms and lures and stuff and not really focus on the minnow scene. Worms seem to work the best. A lot of people are using minnows right now, but man, they're costly. They're a pain in the ass. Worms are easier. But I do have my little minnow jug here, so that's all right. But anyway, guys, I'm going to shut this video down here because, yeah, it's going to be a lot to edit up. You got two sites to... Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. And until next time, guys, remember, live to win, never give in. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.